ओम अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः। वञ्चाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपासिन्धुभ्येव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। नमो महावदन्याय कृष्ण प्रेम प्रदायते कृष्णाय कृष्ण चैतन्य नामिने गौरतिसे नमः। हे कृष्ण करुणा सिंधु दीनबंधो जगत्पति गोपेश गोपिका कांत राधा कांत नमस्तुते। तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। भक्त्या विहीना अपराधलक्षै क्षिप्ताश्च कामादि तरंगमध्ये कृपामयी त्वां शरणं प्रपन्ने। वृंदे नमस्ते चरणारविन्दं। श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। इस महीना है दामोदर मास। इसलिए दामोदर मास भगवान इस महीना में राम बंधन लीला किया था। कृष्ण लीला अलौकिक। भगवान उनका भगवत्ता प्रकाशित ना करने से भी अपने आप प्रकाशित हो जाता है। जैसे कि कृष्ण 6 दिन का बच्चा है। उस वक्त कृष्ण को मरने के लिए आया उतना अच्छा खूबसूरती श्री मूर्ति धारण करके यशोदा बच्चा को सुला के रखा तो बोलता है इतना सुंदर बच्चा को ऐसा सुला के रखा, बोल के अपना गोद पर उठा लिया। माँ यशोदा उनको कोई बाधा दिया नहीं, क्योंकि बच्चा को आदर करेगा तो उनको कौन मना करेगा। बाद में कोई राक्षसी अपना स्तन में कालकूट विष मिला के बच्चा को पिलाया, लेकिन ये तो इनका समझ में नहीं है कि एक काल सर्प को अपना गोद पर उठाया। उन्होंने ऐसा स्तन पिया कि उनको प्राण को भी पी लिया। छोड़ो छोड़ो, छुड़ा नहीं सके। 6 दिन का बच्चा का इतना ताकत है। अरे हाथ पैर उछलते उछलते प्राण त्याग किया। उस वक्त उनका स्वरूप बाहर में निकाल गया। कैसे? इतना बड़ा शरीर है, 6 क्रोश। 6 क्रोश का मतलब होता है 18 किलोमीटर। और माँ यशोदा रोने लगी, मैं माँ नहीं हूँ, मैं तो राक्षसी हूँ। तो बच्चा को किसका दे दिया बोल के खूब रोने लगी। पड़ोसी लोग आ गया, लेकिन कैसे निकाल के लाए बच्चा को। इधर नंदो महाराज गया मथुरा, कंसों को भेंट देने के लिए। वृद्ध उम्र में उनको बच्चा हुआ, इसीलिए भेंट देने के लिए गया था। और लौट के आया तब क्या देखा, ये सब ब्रजवासी उनको खबर दिया रास्ता में। क्या खबर दिया कि महाराज महाराज एक राक्षसी आई थी वो गोपाल को मारने के लिए। तो नंद महाराज वो गाड़ी का ऊपर से मूर्छित होकर मिट्टी में गिर गया। तो फिर जोर शोर से चिल्लाया, गोपाल का कुछ नहीं हुआ, वो राक्षसी मर गई। तब आकर के उनका निशानी लगाकर कोई बच्चा को ऊपर से लाया। बच्चा शानदार खेल रहा है, उनका कुछ चोट वगैरह कुछ लगा ही नहीं, जरा से भी भय भी हुआ नहीं। उनको वहां से ले आए। बाद में क्या किया कि इतना बड़ा राक्षसी इनको टुकड़ा टुकड़ा करके जलाया। लेकिन जलाया जो तब उनका शरीर से खुशबू निकालने लगा। सब लोग देख के हैरान रह गया। इसीलिए भागवत में कहा, ओहो कोकी स्तनकार कूट जिघं सया उपायाद भी असत्ति देवे गुतिं धत्र चितो तो तन्नो कंबा दयालु शरणं ब्रजेम। जिससे महाब्रह्मज्ञानी सुखदेव उनका ब्रह्म ज्ञान टूट गया। उन्होंने बोला ये कहाँ का वास है, इसका बाद क्या है। ऐसा करके सुखदेव को जो 16 साल माता का गर्भ में था, गर्भ का अंदर से ही बात करता था। वेदव्यास बार बार कहते थे कौन महापुरुष है माता जी को कष्ट नहीं देकर बाहर में आइए। तो उन्होंने बोला मैं बाहर जाएंगे नहीं, बाहर जाने से माया हमारे ऊपर असर करेगा, इसलिए माया का जगत में मैं बाहर नहीं जाऊंगा। तो नहीं, आपको माया असर नहीं कर सकता है, या आपका बातों में मैं बाहर नहीं जाऊंगा। जिनकी माया है कोई भगवान यदि कहे तो मैं बाहर जाऊंगा। तो इन्होंने कृष्ण को लाया। कृष्ण बोला आप बाहर आइए, आपका ऊपर माया का असर होगा नहीं, ये बात मैं नहीं बोल सकता हूँ, लेकिन असर इतना ही होगा, एक गौ का सींग का ऊपर एक सरसों का दाना डालेगा, वो जितना वक्त खड़ा रहेगा उतना वक्त के लिए माया तुम्हारे ऊपर असर करेगा। तब उन्होंने बाहर आया और आके बाहर चला गया। ये पीछे पीछे आवाज करते वत्सो वत्सो वत्सो, इन्होंने ध्यान दिया नहीं। तो इन्होंने सोचा जो भागवत यही सुखदेव से प्रचार करने चाहता था, उन्होंने ही तो चला जा रहा है, तो किसका माध्यम से करो? कौन ऐसा व्यक्ति उपयुक्त है जिनसे मैं इनको भागवत प्रचार करो? जनक किया, तो जनक ने इनका परीक्षा किया। किसको परीक्षा किया? सुखदेव को। कड़क धूप में उन्होंने आया मिलने के लिए, बोले अभी थोड़ा खड़ा रहो। तो धूप में खड़ा रहा, उनका कोई परिवर्तन हुआ नहीं। बाद में बात किया, फिर सर्दी में बर्फ का ऊपर रखा, वहां भी उनका कोई विकार नहीं हुआ। तब उन्होंने बोला यही एकमात्र उपयुक्त व्यक्ति है जो भागवत प्रचार करे, तो इनसे कैसे इधर लाए? तो एक शिष्य, 4 शिष्यों को उन्होंने एक एक श्लोक बोलने के लिए ये किया। तो पहले सुनाया ओहो बुकी जम स्तनकालकूटम जिघांसया उपायादपि असाध्य वेभे गतिं धत्र चितो तथन्त कंवा दयालु शरणं ब्रजीम। तब सुखदेव का ध्यान टूट गया। तब उन्होंने बोलने लगा कंवा दयालु, कंवा दयालु, इसका बाद बताओ। बोले मैं तो जानता नहीं, हमारा गुरुपाद पद्म जानते। बाद में सुनाया और एक शिष्य, पेड़ नटवरो कर्ण कर्णिका कर्णिकायाम बिभ्रत बबु कनक कपिशम वैजयंती च मालाम। तो देखा है इनको तो रूप भी है, ये निर्विशेष निराकार तो नहीं। तो बाद में बोले इसका बाद, बोले इसका बाद हमारा गुरुपाद पद्म कृष्ण द्वैपायन वेदव्यास ही जानते हैं। तब उन्होंने वेदव्यास का पास जाकर भागवत सुना। तो इसमें भी कृष्ण लीला है अपरंपार। 6 दिन का बच्चा 6 क्रोश पुतना का मारा, और ये लोग उनको जलाया टुकड़ा टुकड़ा करके। इसलिए उस स्थान जहां पर उसको मारा था उसको बोलता है भानु खोज। ये सब ब्रज का गोकुल का लीला। बाद में क्या हुआ, एक रोज बलराम शिकायत किया, माता जी भैया ने मट्टी खाया। तो माता जी कहते हैं गोपाल तुमने मट्टी खाया? ना, मैं नहीं खाया, मैं नहीं खाया। झूठ बोला नहीं। किसी ने झूठ बोला नहीं, मैंने ही खाया। मैं नहीं खाया। झूठ बोला तो मुख फाड़ के दिखाओ। जब दिखाया उनका अंदर में ब्रह्मांड देखा। ये बच्चा को क्या हो गया? ब्राह्मण को बुलाओ, गोबुच्चे घुमाओ। तो इतना देखते हुए भी उनका महिमा देखा, ब्राह्मण का महिमा देखा। तो ब्राह्मण का आशीर्वाद कभी नहीं होता। इनको बोला था नारायण समो गुना। ऐसा ही दिखाया। सब लीला। एक रोज सब गोपियां शिकायत किया, ये हमारा बच्चा को वो रुला देते हैं। हमारा यहाँ जाकर मक्खन दही चोरी करके खा देता है। तो यशोदा ने बोला ये इसको बांध के रखना और मैं उनको अच्छा से शासन करूं। तो जब चोरी करेगा इसको बांध के रख देना। जब आ रहा है ब्रह्मंड घाट से स्नान करके पानी का घड़ा लेकर और कृष्ण उनको कपड़ा पकड़ के साथ साथ चल रहा है। तो जब बांध के रखा था तो देखा वही गोपियां उनका ही पुत्र है। अरे तो यशोदा का साथ ही है, जिनको पकड़ के रखा था वो तो कोई गोपी का ही पुत्र है। कोई माखन चोरी करके खाता है और इनको नाम देता है। ऐसा लीला क्या करे। तृणावर्त आया, इसको मरने के लिए माताजी सुला के रखा। तृणावर्त क्या होता है? एक असुर, वो तीन का माफिक ऐसा घूम घूम करके उड़ता है, जिसका जगत का लोग बोलता है घूर्णी वायु। तो इनको उठा के पछाड़ देगा, अरे मरेगा। लेकिन क्या होगा, वो इनको पछड़ के क्या वही तृणावर्त को मार दिया। तृणावर्त को उसको मारा। ऐसा लीला क्या करे। अच्छा गोपी बोलता है अभी इनको छोड़ दो, बाद में हम लोग आपको पकड़ के दे देंगे। लेकिन क्या हुआ, ये लोगों का मतलब क्या है? मतलब है जो हम लोगों का समझ का बात, इनका मतलब है कृष्ण हमारा दही मक्खन खाए, ये चाहता है। आज जिनका घर में 9 लाख गौ है, 9 लाख जिनका गौ है, इसका बोलते हैं नंद। जिसका उससे कम है उपानंद। इनसे ज्यादा जिसका है वो ब्रिजवान। इसे माफी कितना गौ है इसी अनुसार इनका नाम होता है। तो ये अलग करके छानबीन करके गौ से दूध हाथों से निकालकर मक्खन बनाते थे, जैसे कोई बच्चा दूसरी का घर में ना जाए मक्खन खाने के लिए। और गोपियां शिकायत करती हैं। शिकायत करने का मतलब क्या, ये ना बोले ये हमारा बच्चा को बहला फुसला करके वो खिलाता है, इसलिए वो शिकायत करते बाहर में, अंदर में नहीं। अंदर में है हमारे यही का है। तो इसलिए उनका इच्छा पूर्ण करने के लिए, भक्तों का इच्छा पूर्ण करने के लिए ऐसा लीला। यशोदा क्या किया ना, दही मंथन कर रही। छोटो बच्चा को जाकर ऐसा से वहां जाते हैं, घुटना पर चलते हैं। जाते जाते क्या किया, वो जो गोपियां हैं इनको इशारा से कहते हैं खबरदार बोलना नहीं, आंखों से इशारा करते हैं। अरे गोपी लोग हंसते हैं, ये छोटा बच्चा को कितना दिमाग है, इशारा करता है माता को बताना नहीं। ऐसा जाकर उन्होंने क्या किया, जो दिया जलाकर दही मंथन कर रही थी उसको फूल लेकर मुख में वो बुता दिया। ये सुंदर वर्णन है। मुख कमल सोमरई, उसमें मुख रूप जो कमल उनको बकस से वही निर्भावित तो कर दिया प्रदीप को, और मक्खन चोरी करके खाया। अक्षणोर भंग्या विकसित मुखी, आंखों से इशारा करके गोपी को बोलता है खबरदार बोलना नहीं, माता जी को इतना भय है। पूतना को मरने के लिए भय नहीं है, तृणावर्त को मरने के लिए भय नहीं, भय यशोदा का। किसलिए यशोदा का भय है? भगवान प्रीति से ही भीत होता है, प्रीति से ही बंधन स्वीकार करते हैं। तो देखा कि इन्होंने अंधेरे में मक्खन लेकर वो बंदर को खिलाता है, तो वो परछाया में मालूम पड़ा। तो यशोदा हाथ में डंडा लेकर वो बंदर को भगाने के लिए गया। जब गया तो भयभीत हो गया, अरे भगता है। तो माता यशोदा उनको पकड़ लिया। तो क्या करेंगे, इनको बांध के रखेंगे और अपना काम करेंगे। एक महीना है त्योहार की, दामोदर महीना, तो अब नौकरनी सब अब छुट्टी में जाते हैं, इनको सब कुछ काम करने पड़ता है। तो क्या करो, ये बच्चा तंग करता है, काम करने देता ही नहीं, तो इनको बांध के रखो। तो उन्होंने उनको किसी लिए बांध के रखो, उन्होंने बोला तुम्हारा दोस्ती है बंदर का साथ, तो तुमने भी बंदर है। तो बोला जब मैंने बंदर हूं तो इनका साथ चलो जाओ, बंदर का साथ। अब यशोदा का भय आ गया, ये बच्चा कहीं भाग ना जाए, इसीलिए इनको बांध के रखो। तो बांध के रखा क्या, वो जो दूध चुहाने के लिए गौ का पैर बांधने के लिए जो रस्सी था उससे उनको बांध के रखे। छोटा बच्चा, लेकिन 2 अंगुली कम पड़ा। 9 लाख गौ का रस्सी इकट्ठा किया तब भी 2 अंगुली कम, एक में भी 2 अंगुली कम। 9 लाख गौ का रस्सी जोड़ जोड़ के दिया तब भी 2 अंगुली कम, पड़ोसी से मंगाया तब भी 2 अंगुली कम। तब लोग कहने लगे यशोदा तुम्हारा बेटा का तकदीर में विधवा पुरुष ने बंधन नहीं लेगा, इसलिए कोशिश छोड़ दो, इसको बांध नहीं सकती, मैं जरूर बांधूंगी। तब क्या करे, अपना धोती को कपड़ा को वो जोड़ा, उससे भी काम हुआ नहीं, शरीर पसीना में भर गया और कोशिश छोड़ेंगे नहीं। सांस फूल गया, मोटी था, लेकिन ये तो बंधा जाता नहीं। और इनका जिद है जरूर बांधेंगे। तब क्या करे, जब ये हाल छोड़ते नहीं, तब भी वैसे ही हुआ। तब भगवान ने देखा माता जी को बहुत मेहनत हो गया, सांस फूल गया, पसीना पसीना हो गया, तब बंधन स्वीकार किया। तो इसमें चक्रवर्ती पर कारण दिखाया कि बंधन किससे हुआ। एक होता है उनका मेहनत, जीत, इनको बंद नहीं है। और दूसरी क्या है, भगवान की कृपा। जब भक्तों का मेहनत साधन और भगवान का कृपा एक साथ में हो, तभी भगवान बंधन स्वीकार करते हैं। तो उखल का साथ उनको बांध के रखा। छोटा बच्चा इतना रस्सी लगाया तब भी हो नहीं रहा, और उनको उखल में बांध के रख देगा। उन्होंने ऐसा ऐसे वो घुटना का बल पर चलते चलते उन्होंने जाकर जो जमलार्जुन था, ये जड़ुआ, ये कौन था, नौल कुबेर का दो पुत्र, कुबेर का, नौल कुबेर मोनिग्रीव। उन्होंने नारद को देखकर शर्माया नहीं, अप्सरा का साथ क्रीड़ा कर रहे थे। तो नारद ने उनको अभिशाप दिया, तुमने पेड़ बन जाओ। पेड़ जैसा है, उनका कोई शर्म नहीं होता, तेरा भी ऐसा है, ऐसा ही पेड़ बन जाओ। तब भयभीत होकर उनका शरणागत हुआ, इससे मुक्ति के लिए कोई उपाय। बोले कृष्ण जब ब्रजलीला करेंगे तब वही कृष्ण का स्पर्श से तुम्हारा उद्धार होगा। इसलिए भगवान कृष्ण भक्तों का वाक्य सत्य करने के लिए सत्यम विधातम निजभृत्य भाषितम इस लीला दिखाया। जमलार्जुन आवाज करके जब गिरा तब ऐसा लगा कि भूचालन हो रहा है, और बच्चा को बांध के रखा है। भाग के आ गया यशोदा। आकर के क्या देखी, जो कृष्ण भयभीत, कितना भयभीत है, जो आधा बन गया, सूख गया भय से। जल्दी से अपना गोद पर उठा लिया। तो कृष्ण को शांत किया नहीं, गुस्सा किया। ये इन्होंने बांधा था। तो नंद महाराज आ गया, आकर के बोलता है, बेटा इन्होंने तुमको बांधा था, इनको मैं मारता हूं। बाद में बोला, क्या बोला, बेटा थोड़ा पानी पियोगे। तो यशोदा बड़ा दुख कर रही थी, मैंने माँ नहीं हूँ, राक्षसी हूँ, ये बच्चा को ऐसा बांध दिया। अच्छा, इसका ऊपर जब गिर पड़ते पेड़ तब क्या होता। जब ऐसा दुख करने लगी तो उन्होंने बोला, मैं माता का पास जाऊंगी। माता का दुख हो, इसलिए माता का पास जाकर ऐसा लीला किया जैसा उनका अंदर में घुस जाएगा। अब कौन समझेगा जी, बच्चा लोग, साथी लोग बोलता है कृष्ण ने किया, हम लोग देखा। तो इनका बात कोई सुना, अमृत और बलभासानी, बालक का बात सुनने में अच्छा है, इनमें सच्चाई होता नहीं, सच्चाई होता नहीं। जैसे लगा स्तन पीने लगा और ऐसा लीला दिखा दिया जैसे उनका अंदर में घुस जाएंगे, इतना भयभीत है। अच्छा,
ये बारे माधव प्रभु बोल।
अच्छा आप बोलो। इतना भयभीत हुआ, ऐसे इतना ही बोला।
Mahārāja, he started explaining that this particular month is known as Damodara month, Damodara Masa. And in this month, Krishna, he has performed many Lilas. All these pastimes are transcendental. Dam Bandhan Leela is also transcendental. To express this, Śrīla Mahārāja started speaking from his childhood pastime, that how, even though Krishna so many times he reveals, even in Braj, through his different pastimes, that he is not an ordinary boy, he is not an ordinary person, but still, even after showing his opulence, in Braj nobody accepts that he is having any special power in him. For this, Śrīla Mahārāja narrated 3 or 4 different pastimes. The very first pastime he started explaining is about Purna, that how she came to Braj with a desire to kill Krishna while she was having poison on her breast, and she came to give milk to Krishna, and in this way she wanted to kill him. When she came, she was dressed in such a way that by seeing her, Mother Yashoda and all the other elderly gopis, they forgot even to ask that who is she, from where she is coming. Just by seeing her, they started glorifying. Even Mother Yashoda, she said that, oh, I am not actually qualified to be the mother of Krishna. She is having such a body that seems like if she is mother of Krishna, that's proper. And then when Putana came very close to Krishna, at that time, she started saying that, oh, such a beautiful boy, his mother, how come that when son is sleeping, how it is possible for her to keep him on the bed or in the swing? Why she cannot keep him on her lap? How it is possible that she can separate this kind of son? So immediately by saying this, she took Krishna, and then afterwards she started feeding him milk. And then finally what happened? That Krishna, along with the milk, he sucked her life air also. And finally, when she was suffering a lot, at that time, she manifested her original form as a demon. Her body was very long, 6 crores, means 18 kilometers. Her body was so big. When Mother Yashoda, she saw that, oh, who she was, who was taking Krishna, at that time she started crying that, oh, what kind of mother I am. I was unable to recognize a person, demon, who came to take my son. In this way, lamenting a lot. On the other side, Nanda Baba, who was not there at that time in Braj, he went to bring some gift, offer some gifts to Kamsa, because Kamsa was the ruler at that time. And Nanda Baba, when he, in his very advanced age, he begot a child, at that time he thought it is better that I can bring some gifts to the ruler, king. That's why he visited Mathura. But when he was coming back and he was sitting on bullock cart, at that time he heard that, oh, one demon, Putana, she came. She wanted to give poison to Krishna. As soon as he heard this, Srila Maharaj mentioned that how immediately after hearing this, Nanda Baba, he fell unconscious, fell down on the ground. And then Brajavasis, they had to again and again repeat other words in the ear of Nanda Baba, that even though she came to kill your son Krishna, but she was not successful. She died. Nothing happened to Krishna. So at that time when they were repeating again and again and again, Nanda Baba again recovered. And then Krishna, who was playing on such a big demon, he was being taken down by putting a stair on the body of Putana. They climbed on the body and then they brought back Krishna. But still, Mother Yashoda, Nanda Baba or any other Brajavasi, they did not acknowledge Krishna's power at all, unable to see his opulence. Then Srila Maharaj, at this point, he started mentioning that how in Srimad Bhagavatam it has been mentioned that when this Putana, she was being cut into pieces first and then burned. When her body was being burned, at that time what happened? The fragrance of agru, chandan, I don't know what you people call in English agru. Anyway, some kind of fragrant thing. So that like the fragrance of chandan, sandalwood, those kind of fragrance came from the body of Putana, dead body of Putana. By seeing this, everybody was feeling that how it is possible. They were unable to understand that because of the touch of Krishna, her body is fragrant now. But they were unable to understand it. At this point, Srila Maharaj started mentioning that in Bhagavatam, it has been mentioned, Aho Bakim Yam Stan Kala Kutam, that oh, how merciful Krishna is. That even though a person who came to kill him, but still Krishna very mercifully, he awarded her a destiny which is even rare for so many Brahma Gyanis. She got a destiny of his nurse in Braj. So at this point, Srila Maharaj again started speaking something about Srila Shukdev Goswami, that this particular verse, when Shukdev Goswami heard in the forest, even though he was meditating on Brahma at that time, but still what happened? His meditation gone away. By hearing this word, he started thinking that, oh, this verse mentions that Krishna is having some special qualities. God is having some special qualities. I used to think he is a person who is nirguna. He is having no qualities. He is having no form. He is Nirakar. He is having no personal form. He is Nirgun, having no qualities. All these things. But while he heard this verse and different other verses from the from the disciples of Veda Vyasa, his meditation completely broke and he came back to his father, Veda Vyasa. Earlier he did not want to even hear his words. At this point, Srila Maharaj mentioned the past time that how Srila Shukdev Goswami, he was there 16 years in the womb of his mother. His father was asking again and again that, oh, which Mahapurusha, great personality is there in the womb of my wife? I request that please don't give so much trouble to your mother by staying for long time in the womb. Please come out. But Shukdev Goswami, he did not say anything. But when Vedvyasa was mentioning again and again the same thing, at that time Shukdev Goswami from the womb, because he was Brahma Jnani, a person who was able to meditate on Brahm continuously, he started mentioning that I don't want to come out. Why? Because the Lord's Maya is there. I don't want to come in contact with Maya. So at that time, Vedavyasa gave his words, no, come out. Maya will not touch you. He said, I don't believe your words. I don't trust. I will not come. Then how you will come? Then he himself mentioned that unless and until Lord comes and mentions this, I will not come out. So at that time, Lord came, gave his words. And then Shukdev Goswami came out from the womb. The words was that I cannot say that Maya will not touch you. Maya will touch you. But how long? Can say like a sesame seed, if somebody puts on the horn of a cow, how long it can stay? For a moment. So in the same way, that much time Maya will touch you. But I cannot say that Maya will not touch you at all. By hearing these words, Shukdev Goswami came out from the womb of his mother. And immediately after coming out, he started running. His father, he started calling him, Putra, Putra, oh my son, please stop. I am having a great wealth, Srimad Bhagavatam, and you are a qualified person to receive it because you are able to control your senses. You are having control on so many things. That's why I want that I think you are a proper recipient of this Bhagavatam. So don't go away. But Shukdev Goswami did not pay any attention on the words of Vedavyasa. But when he heard this verse and along with other verses from the disciples of Vedavyasa in the forest, he came back and then heard the whole Srimad Bhagavatam from Srila Vedavyasa. Srila Maharaj mentioned one another thing also, that we see in the scriptures that one other thing is also been mentioned about Shukdev Goswami, that when he came back, at that time his father, he sent him to Janak Mahārāja and asked Janak Mahārāja that if you give permission, then and only then I will teach him Bhagavatam. At that time Janak Mahārāja, he put Shukdev Goswami into test. One time when it was very, very hot, he asked Shukdev Goswami to stay outside for a long, long time, for many days. And Shukdev Goswami did not get disturbed at all. Waited. And afterward, when winter came, then also he was being asked to wait for Janak Maharaj to, Shukdev Goswami was supposed to wait for Janak Maharaj to meet with him. He was standing in the cold, even ice was also there, but still he was not disturbed at all. So Janak Maharaj at that point, he gave his permission to meet with him. When he met with him, at that time he announced that a person like you, who is not coming to meet or ask something with challenge, you have come here with a submissive mood and ready to sacrifice anything and everything to attain higher knowledge. So that's why I conclude that you are a proper recipient to hear Bhagavatam. So in this way he sent him back to Vedavyas and asked Vedavyas, yes, you can really teach him Bhagavatam. He is a proper candidate. So in this way Srila Maharaj narrated all this while he was remembering this verse, Aho Bakimyam Stanakala Kutam. And after that Srila Maharaj started mentioning the second pastime, that how in Brahmanda Ghat, one time Baladev Prabhu, he came and he informed Mother Yashoda that today Krishna, he was taking some dirt, mud, soil, whatever you call it. So he is eating that. So at that time Mother Yashoda, by hearing this, she asked Krishna to open the mouth. So at that time, before opening mouth, Krishna, he said that man nahi makhan khayo. In Hindi, this sentence in itself can have two meanings. If we say man ne, these two words in the beginning means I. And if you separate it, man ne means not me. So then Krishna said, Main nahi makhan khayo, means even though he is saying that, not makhan, mati, that even though he is saying that yes, I have eaten this mud, but Saraswati, she made Mother Yashoda understand that he is saying that I have not eaten it. So at that time, Mother Yashoda, even after hearing these words, she did not believe on Krishna and asked him, open your mouth, I want to see myself. When Krishna opened the mouth, at that time she saw all universes in his mouth, saw herself also along with Krishna. All these things when she saw, at that time she immediately remembered Brahmins, that oh, we have to call Brahmins, some ghostly personalities, they are here and they are controlling my son. Otherwise, such a small baby, how come in his mouth I am seeing all these things? So she was able to recognize the glories of Brahmins, but she was not able to understand the glory of Krishna. This was the second thing Srila Maharaj mentioned. And the third thing Srila Maharaj mentioned again about Trinavarta. That how Trinavarta means, even though he was a demon, he took a shape, he came in such a way. Trinavarta means whirlwind. So he came like Trin means a straw. So many straws get together, and when the wind comes, they move in such a way that it seems like they are going up and up and up. So this wind takes all the straws in the sky. So in the same way, Trinavarta, a demon, came in that particular form and took Krishna and wanted to kill him. But what happened? Krishna killed him. Trinavarta was killed by Krishna, and all the Brajvasis, they heard about it, they saw that also, but still unable to understand that who Krishna is. This is called the Bhagavata of Lord. Means this is the Lord's Bhagavata, means his power, by which what happens that through his Yoga Maya, he makes each and every person, every devotee, that they are unable to accept that he is God. But from whom he is controlled? Only by his devotees, not by anybody else. He cannot be controlled. Then Srila Maharaj started mentioning that in Braj, what happened that so many times elderly gopis, they used to come to Mother Yashoda and complain that your son, he comes so many times in our house. Sometimes he steals butter, sometimes he takes curd, yogurt, and sometime when our child sleeping, at that time he does something by which they start crying, and he hides and runs away from there. All these things he does, and they used to come and complain Mother Yashoda. So Srila Mahārāja is mentioned, Srila Mahārāja mentioned at this point that on one side we see that they pray while they are churning yogurt, that they lament in their heart, Nanda Baba, he is having 9 lakh cows in his house. Mother Yashoda having 100,000 of servants. Krishna will never eat anything from our house, but just by seeing him, so much love manifests in our heart. Whatever we have in our house, we always want that Krishna can have it, he can take it. But Mother Yashoda will not allow. Why? Because she is having so much butter, everything is there in plenty in her house. So this day will never come because they desire all these things. So Satyam Vidhatum Nijbhritya Bhashitam, Krishna, he is a personality who fulfills all the desires of his devotees. Because they desire like this, that's why Krishna, even though everything is there in his own house, but still he hides and comes to the houses of gopis and steals from there. Srila Mahārāja mentioned at this point how he steals. Even though he is very young, everybody considers him as an ordinary boy, but still he comes and wants to steal. If he sees that somebody is looking at him and he cannot avoid, so from very far distance, he makes such kind of gestures that, don't speak anything, just keep quiet. In this way, he shows them through finger, and then with his eyebrows and other things, that okay, hear me. Like this, he makes so many gestures, so that they don't say anything. And then these gopis, they are unable to stop. They are not able to stop themselves from laughing. They immediately start laughing. But at that time also he says, don't make any noise. So at that time they take their veil and put around their mouth so that the sound should not come out. And in their mind they think that, even though he is such a young boy, but so intelligent that he knows all these things. And then Srila Mahārāja was mentioning one verse which he used to recite every day earlier before Mangal Arati. Srila Mahārāja used to be the first person to come to the temple hall for Mangal Arati for many, many years. And he used to chant so many prayers. And one verse was this verse also, which he mentioned today, that how Mukh Kamal Samirai, that how Krishna comes at that time before Mangal Arati, when it is dark in the houses of gopis. At that time mostly everybody is sleeping, and in their house only there is a ghee lamp which is burning. And Krishna, he comes in the house of gopi. How he comes? He comes like a cat walks, so that there is no sound at all. Nobody can wake up. And when he sees that light is there, that ghee lamp is there, Mukh Kamal Samirai, from his mouth, which is like a lotus flower, lotus petal, Mukh Kamal Samirai, with the air from his mouth, the very first thing he does, that blows air from his mouth and extinguishes, whatever you call it, extinguishes that lamp. And then when it is dark, at that time he goes more further. and then he goes one by one, makes so many steps and steals the butter. Then these gopis who desire that he can come and steal the butter, they come and look at him. At that time, he immediately makes different gestures and runs away from there. And sometime what happens that they catch him. One time Śrīla Mahārāja mentioned that when he was being caught by one gopi, what she did, that she binded Krsna, and with her like a corner of her sari, she binded Krsna, and then taking him to Mother Yashoda. But when she saw Mother Yashoda on the way, at that time she wanted to hand over that, okay, earlier we used to complain but unable to prove. But today I am going to prove that your son comes, steals the butter. At that time when she was handing over Krishna to Mother Yashoda, at that time Mother Yashoda, she started looking in the other direction, that where is Krishna, where is Krishna? Because Krishna was there with her just before a moment. And then this gopi handing over this Krishna, what she is thinking that she binded Krishna, in reality what happens, it turns into her own son. And then Mother Yashoda say that, oh, you are saying you binded Krishna, Krishna came to steal, but he is not Krishna. Then she is surprised and unable to understand that what had happened. And how Krishna, even though he was binded over there, but then on the, somehow he brings her son, and then he himself rescues from that place and binds her son. All these things Śrīla Mahārāja mentioned. Even though these pastimes are going on, Itidrik Swalilabir Anand Kundai, that how Krishna, he is making each and every Brajavasi relish in all these nectars, or nectars of his pastimes, but nobody can understand that what's going on. So in the same way, what happened? Śrīla Mahārāja did not start it from the beginning. He just started that how Krishna, he broke this earthen pot, butter fell down, and Mother Yashoda, she understood that Krishna did this, and she took one stick in her hand and wanted to beat Krishna. When she saw at one place where Krishna, he was feeding butter to monkeys, when she entered over there, because of her reflection, Krishna saw her reflection with a stick. He understood that Mother Yashoda is there. So immediately he started running from there. And then finally what happened? That Krishna, he was caught by Mother Yashoda. A personality, Śrīla Mahārāja said, was not fearful at all when Putana came. A person who was not fearful at all when Trinavarta came, able to kill them, but he was fearful just by coming in the hand of Mother Yashoda. Why it is like that? Because he really becomes fearful from his devotees. They make him feel fear because of their love. They love him so much that Krishna, he feels fear in front of them. So at that time, when she caught him, at that time she wanted to bind him. And what happened? Śrīla Mahārāja mentioned why Nanda Baba is being called Nanda. Because he is having 9 lakh gaye, 9 lakh cows. 9 in Hindi means no. So no, from no, a person who is having 9 lakh cows is known as Nanda. A person who is having cows less than 9 lakh, they are known as Upananda. And a person who is having 11 lakh cows is known as Vrishabhanu in Sanskrit also. So that's why their name was like that. So Śrīla Mahārāja mentioned that how Nanda Baba, Mother Yashoda, she wanted to bind Krishna. At that time, one after another, she used 9 lakh ropes to bind Krishna. Krishna, same form, belly is also same. Earlier, Mother Yashoda, she made so many ornaments for him. She was able to make ornaments fit to his belly also. But today, 9 lakh ropes all together, were unable to bind Krishna, even though he was having the same belly. Then Srila Maharaj mentioned not only 9 lakh ropes from her own Goshala, she even asked many neighbors nearby that bring more, but still she was unable to do that. And finally, so many gopis, they got together and they started mentioning, Yashoda, your son is having such a fortune that it is not written in his forehead that he will be binded by somebody. So don't try to bind him. Give up your desire to bind him. But Mother Yashoda, she was not giving it up. Then they say that you are so stubborn. It is not possible, give it up. But still she did not. So that's why Srila Maharaj mentioned at this point that Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur, he mentions that when Krishna, he saw that Mother Yashoda, she is determined that she wants to bind Krishna. She was perspiring. Her breathing was heavy because she is having little fatty body. So first she was running behind Krishna and now struggling to bind him. And what happened by this? She started perspiring also. Heavy breathing. Just by seeing all these things, what happened? Krishna accepted that, okay, because she is struggling so much, she wants to bind me, let me fulfill her desire. So that's why he accepted this Dam Bandhan, binding with rope. Dam means rope and Bandhan means accepted this binding. So that's why it's known as Damodar. Udar means belly and Dam means rope. So that's why he is known as Damodar. And then Srila Maharaj mentioned that Srila Vishnu Chakravarti Thakur, he mentions that the sadhak, he will be endeavoring in each and every way to please Krishna. And when Krishna, by seeing the sincere endeavor of his devotee, when he accepts that, yes, I am going to get controlled by you, then and only then this relationship in between Krishna and devotee really comes to its maturity. In this way, Srila Maharaj spoke about Damodar Leela also. I may have forgotten some things in between because Srila Maharaj was mentioning so many things. Yeah, and then Srila Maharaj was mentioning that after binding him, actually what was the cause of binding? Srila Maharaj mentions that because Krishna was feeding monkeys, at that time Mother Yashoda, she said that, oh Krishna, seems like you are the friend of monkeys because you are feeding them. So at that time Krishna, he mentioned, oh really? You think I am friend of monkey? Let me go with them. I can go. So by hearing this, Mother Yashoda felt that, oh, he is very young. He may consider my words like very true and he may run with them. That's why I have to bind him. So for this reason, she was binding Krishna. And then after binding, why she did not stay along with Krishna? She went inside and left him in the Brahmanda outside. Srila Maharaj mentioned that in the month of Kartika, it is not that because of only Damodar Leela, we observe this particular month. Even at that time, when Krishna, he appeared in Dwapar Yuga, this Kartik month was being observed by people. Why? Because there are so many other reasons are there in the scriptures to observe this Kartik Masa. So at that time, all the servants from Mother Yashoda's house, they were on leave. They used to go to their own families and live with them to observe this month. And in this particular month, Mother Yashoda, she used to perform all the services for Krishna as well as for her house. So that's why she used to be very busy in those days. That's why she entered into her house and started doing something else. And meanwhile, what happened outside? That there was a tree. There two trees were there, twin trees all together. Krishna, while he was walking, at that time he like stuck himself in between those two trees in such a way that one side mortar was there with which he was binded by Mother Yashoda, and on the other side he himself was there. And when he tried to push little bit himself here and there, what happened? These two trees uprooted completely. And then Srila Maharaj mentioned a very big sound was there, and at the same time, everybody felt it's like an earthquake has come. And after that, Srila Maharaj mentioned that how by hearing this sound, Mother Yashoda immediately ran toward Krishna. She came over there. She took Krishna close to her, lap, but Krishna did not want it to come by saying that no, because you are the one who are binding me, why I come to your lap? And meanwhile, Nanda Baba also came over there, and then he opened this rope, took Krishna to his lap, and then started asking him that you don't want to go to Mother Yashoda, why it's like that? Different talks were there, and then when finally he said that if she will leave this world, if you will not go, then immediately Krishna rushed toward Mother Yashoda. And then Srila Maharaj mentioned that Krishna, he went into Mother Yashoda's lap in such a way that he wants to enter into the body of Krishna, Mother Yashoda. So much love he showed at that time. So in this way, all these pastimes Srila Maharaj mentioned is alaukik, transcendental. One cannot understand that how a boy who is seemingly a very young boy can perform all these kind of pastimes. So, at that time, the small sakhas, Krishna's sakhas who were there, witnessing that, oh, how this tree fell down, they started mentioning that actually Krishna, he himself, with his power, he uprooted these trees, but nobody believed. Srila Maharaj mentioned one Niti Shastra, verse from Niti Shastra, which says that the words of young kids is like nectar in hearing, but never believe those words because they don't have any experience or whatever they say. So don't believe that. So that's why Brajavasi, they did not believe their words at all. At this place, Srila Maharaj mentioned also these two trees were the son of Kuber. Their names were Nalkubar and Manigriv. They were being cursed by Nanda Baba, by Narad Rishi, because they were shameless. Even though Narad Rishi was passing by, but still they were playing without any shame with the Apsaras. So that's why they got cursed. Finally, when they asked that, oh, please forgive us, tell us that how we will get delivered, when we will get delivered. At that time, Narad Rishi gave his words that, oh, you will be delivered by the touch of Krishna when Krishna will come and perform his pastime in Braja. So, Srila Maharaj mentioned to keep the words of Narad Rishi, his devotee. He performed this pastime also at the same time. Ek leelai Prabhu kare leela panch saat. Even though seems like Lord is manifesting only one pastime, but in that particular pastime, he performs many other pastimes along with it also. And this is included in that. Hare Krishna.
अच्छी इंग्लिश के साथ है
क्योंकि मैंने अपने पापा की और बड़े लोगों की बात माननी सीखी थी।
हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम हरे राम हरे राम हरे राम हरे राम